Hello again, everyone. This is Chris Scher. That's Robert Harding. And this is the Citizen Sports Weekly for Thursday, October 22nd, 2015. I'm telling you,
Good for
we're
you.
getting close to Halloween. Yes.
Halloween.
Are we going to do a special candy edition, Halloween edition of the Pick Six next week?
Next week,
Our six candies?
we'll do a pick six candy.
All right, we're going to pick our favorite six candies. All right, we're going to pick six games, NFL games, by the way, and update the standings. We both had good weeks. Robert was 4-2, and I was 5-1.
Dope.
And my lead is now back up to 2 games over Robert. I'm 23-13. He is 21-15. So, with no further ado, let's get underway here. Our first game is in jolly old London. Is the Buffalo Bills play against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And for the uninformed out there, this game is not on television. I mean, it is on television, but it's not on regular television. It's being streamed online by Yahoo. This is the NFL's way of getting an idea of how many people would actually tune in on their computers or their phones or their tablets or their streaming devices and watch a game that is not traditionally on television. Personally, I have a Roku. I'll be watching it that way, although I do have to go to church on Sunday. So I will be missing about an hour of it, but, you know.
So let me get this straight. You'll go to church on Saturday for the Dolphins, but not for the Bills game.
Well, what can I say?
Come on. Where are your priorities,
Well,
man?
you know, it's complicated. But anyways, back to the game here in regards to the television coverage. The Bills are hurting. Tyrod Taylor's out. Sammy Watkins is out. Percy Harvin, who knows where he is? Cheektowaga? Maybe he's at Duff's.
Hopefully he's somewhere warm.
He's eating. I bet you he's eating wings at Duff's. That's where I would be if I was staying home in Buffalo. So, but they still have LaShawn McCoy, right?
That's right.
All right, and I think that'll be enough. The Bills are going to run the football. EJ's not going to throw much, not going to make many mistakes. I like the Bills to beat the Jags. Close game. It's a 6-point spread. I think Jacksonville will cover. I think Buffalo will win by 3, but I like the Bills in this game.
I'm taking the Bills too. Jacksonville, I will say, with Blake Bortles, guys like Allen Robinson, they have some weapons.
Yeah.
They're
they do.
They're not a team to take lightly, and the defense is
Yep.
solid enough. So it's not going to be an easy game. And like you said, the Bills are hurting, but I think with McCoy, I think that Rex might be a little motivated, with his defense.
Yeah, I was going to get into that.
Decisions under fire. So
Yeah.
I think we'll see maybe a new look defense.
I was going to say maybe the defenders will take out their anger on the Jaguars and not the coaching staff. So
yeah.
All right. Next game is my Miami Dolphins. I love saying that.
His Miami Dolphins.
My,
Your Miami.
Little alliteration there. Against the Houston Texans. True or false? The Dolphins have never beaten the Texans.
This has to be true.
It's true. The Dolphins are 0-7
Really?
against the Texans. They've never beaten them. They've lost every single time. It's amazing.
Fascinating.
I think even the expansion year, they lost to the Texans.
Wow.
They might have either 0-2 or maybe, I know that was their first year, but they might have lost the game in 0-3. Yeah, they lost either to the expansion Texans or the second-year Texans.
The David Carr era.
Yeah, I mean, it's not good. So, but, here it is. The Dolphins went out last week and they absolutely kicked the Titans' rear ends up and down the field, 38-10. A great game. I love to see the attitude, the fire back. I woke up. I mean, God, that was most animated I had been watching a Dolphins game in recent memory. So that's good to see the fire back. Now they're back home, and they're playing the Texans. The Texans have had quarterback issues, Hoyer and Mallett. Their defense is okay. J.J. Watt has been obviously good as advertised, but Jadeveon Clowney, the last name I know how to pronounce, has been a little inconsistent, but I think Miami's got enough to win this game. They're a 4-point favorite. I think they'll cover. I think they'll win by at least a touchdown, maybe 10 points. I like Miami to beat the Texans.
I'm taking the Dolphins too. After last week, I'm sold on the fact that they can, bounce back, and this is a home game for them.
Yeah.
So
It's been a while. They've only had one.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good one.
It was a good one for you, though.
Yes, it was. Got him a hot chocolate, frozen hot chocolate. Next game are the Patriots at the Jets. I'm sorry, hosting the Jets. I hate to say there are locks. No, this isn't a lock. You know, let me put it this way. The Jets are playing great defense. I'm not going to take anything away. I think they may have probably one of the top 3 defenses in the NFL right now. And you know, if you put pressure on Tom Brady, you can beat Tom Brady. But the Jets just don't have the weapons on offense. If they had a better offense, I would say maybe the Jets are a good upset pick here. But they just don't. Ryan Fitzpatrick doesn't scare anybody. Chris Ivory, a very good running back. I mean, if the Jets have any chance in this game, Ivory's got to rush for about 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. And the defense for the Jets, really, they have to pick off Brady a couple times. I just don't see it happening. I like New England. 8.5 is a big number. I like the Jets to cover the spread. I think they'll lose by about 6, though. But I like the Patriots in this game.
I'm taking the Patriots, too.
All right.
I think this will be a close game. I think it'll be...
The Jets always play the Patriots close. Always.
This is a different team, though.
I know. But I'm just saying, if they could do it with Rex Ryan as their coach, they should be able to do it with Todd Bowles.
Yeah. Well, you know, with Revis, going up against Brady, I think that'll be fun. You know, if they can run the ball against the Patriots, I think this gets interesting.
All right. Yeah, I think so. Absolutely.
I'm taking the Patriots, but, you know.
Yep, I know. It's one of those games like, you know, if the Jets, if this breaks for them, if this happens, maybe. Yeah. Next game is the Oakland Raiders at the San Diego Chargers, a classic AFL rivalry. And the Chargers, you know, they had a tough loss against the Packers last week, but I think the fact that they hung around at Lambeau shows that they're a good team. They're home. The Raiders are much improved. Oakland could win this game. San Diego's a 4-point favorite. I like the Chargers in this game.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chargers too. You know, the way Rivers is throwing the ball, he's got a lot of weapons on offense. Defense is playing, you know, pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, the Raiders, you don't know which version of this team is going to show up. They have some good young weapons, but, you know, I just don't have confidence in picking them to win this game, especially with it being in San Diego.
Yeah. Our next game, I believe, is the Sunday night game? No, it's not the Sunday night game. I'm sorry, it's the 4 o'clock game. It's like the whole country's seeing it. Cowboys at the Giants, and you know the Giants played a stinker last week, and it's always tough picking a team that is coming off the Monday night game because they have the short week. But the Giants are home; they're playing a division opponent in Dallas. Cowboys obviously have been having quarterback issues with Romo being hurt. The Giants, Tom Coughlin's teams, you got to say this, they usually bounce back from bad losses. They don't usually have many super long losing streaks. They usually come back with a decent performance. I like the Giants to win this game. And remember, the way they lost the first time against the Cowboys, I think they're going to be reminded of that. I like the Giants to win this game. It'll be close, maybe a field goal or less, but I like the Giants to over the Cowboys.
Yeah, it's tough to pick the Cowboys in this one, although I'd be curious to see Matt Castle performing. I'm taking the Giants too, you know, for the reasons you described. But also, you know, I think the way that this defense is playing, you know, they had an off game, you could certainly argue, against the Eagles in some areas. But, you know, I think that the way that this defense is playing, going against a team like Dallas, you know, that has a share of injuries, I think they can wreak some havoc on Sunday.
Okay. Our last game is the Sunday night game, and that is the Carolina Panthers against the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, who saw the Panthers going into Seattle and knocking off the Seahawks last week? Not me. That's one of those games I think if the Panthers have a great season, you're going to look back and say, this is where we knew they were for real. This is where we saw the turning point of their season. Philadelphia had a great game last week against the Giants on Monday night. They really got their offense going. It's tough to pick against Carolina. They're playing so well right now. They're at home. It's a 3-point spread. I'll tell you, it's tempting to pick Philly to pull the upset, but I'm going to go with the home team, especially in a primetime game, and I like the Panthers in this game.
Yeah, well, we agree on all these.
Yeah, you're not going to gain any ground.
Yeah, this was a tough week, you know, in looking at which game should be in the pick six, because, you know, there's not too many games you can look at here, you know, where they're truly 50-50 games.
Right.
And, you know, I think the spreads to some degree show that.
Yeah, it's an interesting mix of games. So, all right, folks. Well, we're going to let you go. We hope you enjoyed our picks, and please, if you like the video, please share the link and enjoy the games, and we'll see you next week.